Howdy, traders. I hope you're all well. Today is the 28th of January 2021. Just so that you guys know, these videos, they happen on my stoop, on my veranda. So sometimes you'll hear people walking past or cars driving past or uh, the neighbor's dog barking. So just bear with me. I enjoy working in nature, so it's much nicer for me to do these videos outside. So there could be background noises, just bear with me. All right. Anyway, let's jump into it. We've got Bitcoin here. Let's jump to the daily chart and speak about the first couple of things. First of all, the fact that we are bouncing off the 55 exponential on the daily chart does make me short-term bullish, maybe perhaps back up to about $33,000. But this does not make me full on let's go to the moon bullish. This just shows that perhaps shorter term, Bitcoin would like to make another test back up to around the $33,000 level. So that's what I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin to do short term, in the next day or two. And then I'm going to be looking for further continuation to the downside. Actually, we are currently trending down. We have this potential flag pattern, bull flag pattern that I was talking about in yesterday's video. So if this short-term bounce turns into a breakout, then obviously we will have already had taken a position in the market, and we'll be able to add to that position with our longer term portfolio, looking for a much larger swing and move back up to about $58,000 a Bitcoin. Let's call it $55,000 a Bitcoin just to be conservative. I'm actually going to put a horizontal line in here. Let's just call it 50 to about 55K. Um, the reason why I'm doing this is because I usually like to take some profits before the actual top. The reason for that is you don't want to be caught up here with your orders not being filled, especially if you're trying to sell quite a big load of cryptos. Okay, so anyway, coming back to what I'm trying to say here, one thing I do want to point out on today's video is the fact that Bitcoin is closing daily candles below the 21 exponential moving average. I want to go throughout the history of Bitcoin and show you guys why this is a big deal and why I'm not looking to go to the moon with Bitcoin just yet. So if we scroll back just a little bit, you can see as long as Bitcoin closes daily candles above the 21 exponential moving average, we are generally very bullish. These are the scenarios where we would love to take longer term positions and see how much of the swing we can pocket before we get any kind of short term bearish. We can see right here, we were short term bearish here again. Um, and if I can recall correctly, you can see the arrows here. I did take a trade here. I can't remember if that was a profitable trade or not. And then we closed above the 21 again, giving us the signal that, hey, look, Bitcoin is now again short-term, medium-term bullish. So coming back to where we are right now, we're short-term, medium-term bearish, as discussed in our previous couple of videos. We are making lower lows and lower highs on the daily chart, which does make me want to aim for another sweep to the low side. But I do think very short term, in other words, today or tomorrow, I think Bitcoin will come back up and test um, around the 21 exponential. That's why I was saying my price target short term would probably be about $33,000. There's a lot of volume coming through on this selling candle here. And I would actually expect some continuation on that, all the way back down to about $28,500. Let's call it maybe $28,000. And these are then again the levels that I'm looking to start accumulating for my longer term position for Bitcoin. I'm looking to buy some Bitcoin for my long term position at 28,500, 26,300, 24,600, and then 22,700. Those are the levels that I'm actually layering in some buy positions. for my longer term portfolio. I don't have a stop loss on these positions. I just keep adding to one position, which would bring my ultimate average buy-in price at around $25,000. That's the aim here, to get around $25,000 average buy-in price, so that by the time we hit 50K, I've got 100% profits to take off the table with this longer term position. It can still even dip below that and come back down to 20K. If we do get down to 20K, like I said in yesterday's video, I'll be loading up quite a decent amount, um, because I believe that if this level is reached, it's going to have at least a 50% move back up, maybe a 60% move back up. So this would be a no-brainer trade, in my opinion. Also looking to accumulate year longer term around these levels. So that's what I'm planning to do with Bitcoin coming into the next couple of days. The 1st of February is going to be a huge day. I think a lot of things are going to start playing out at the end of this week. Like I said, this is probably the biggest week in crypto since 2017's top, I would say. Or you can even say, yeah, just after winter in 2019 as well. So after Bitcoin went through this, let me show you guys, descending triangle formation right over here. It took us 3 months to break out of this formation. Bitcoin, I remember I was trading this particular range back then. Um, and you can see right here that it was 3 months for this pattern to play out eventually. I think that's what we're in for with Bitcoin and rest of the cryptos. I think we're probably in for some sideways action, some consolidation, some fake outs. People thinking we're going back to the moon and then coming back down. I'm not saying it's going to be a descending triangle. Right now, we have what looks like a bull flag, which is extremely bullish, and we know that on the larger time frames like the weekly chart, we have not seen such bullish price action since 2016's breakout, 15-16 breakout, when Bitcoin went from below $400 a coin to $20,000 a coin. Okay. And I know I'm giving away a lot of information on this video, but I want you guys to understand with what kind of eyes I'm looking at this chart, right? Um, so short term, let's talk about the short term time frames here, the 4-hour chart. We had a lovely short here yesterday. We did take profits on that short. We actually posted the on the Telegram group to take 50% of the profits around the $29,000 area, just below $30,000. And then obviously the rest of the position got stopped out on break even. Overall, a profitable trade. I banked about 2% on this trade, which was fantastic. That's exactly the kind of trading I enjoy. If this trade was to go in our favor again and break below this liquid zone, again, I'd be looking to take some short positions. For now, because we are closing above this liquid zone, I'd be holding my horses here and perhaps looking for a long position from this area. We do have some things that could play in our favor here for this to be uh, a long position area of interest. We've got lower lows on price action, but on the RSI as well as on the stochastics, we have higher lows. This is your typical bullish divergence, and bullish divergence has the power to play out um, quite a bit. So if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool, this would probably be able to play back up to around the 61.8% retracement level. So let me pull it in here for you guys. So the 61.8, like I said, is around here. That would be my short-term resistance for Bitcoin. That's why I was saying I think short-term Bitcoin could come back up to about $33,000. That does line up with that daily 21 exponential moving average. So would I look to take a short position around here? No, not necessarily. I'd be looking for another move back down to be confirmed first before I would like to take a short here. Bullish divergence here could play us back up to about $33,000. So keep an eye on the Telegram group. I will post the moment that I take a position. Um, so yes, overall still very bearish medium term and short term. We can see lower lows and lower highs continuously being formed throughout this entire market structure. Especially if I go down to the or up to the 12-hour time frame, you can see the market structure still overall bearish, lower lows and lower highs. Just recently made another lower low, but again, we have some potential bullish divergence um, that could play out here. This will only be confirmed after 2 p.m. South African Standard Time today. And I would like for the 12-hour stochastics to turn back up before I'm going to look for an initiation of this move back up to around $33,000. So let's be patient and wait for that move to line up. Let's just switch on the rest of our moving averages here again. Okay, so in summary, for Bitcoin short term, my resistance for Bitcoin short term is around $32,633. I think we still have some downside here. On the 4-hour chart with the bullish divergence in a downtrend, I think has pretty much already played out if we reached the 4-hour 21 exponential. So did we? Yes, we did. So that would pretty much be more than enough fuel for me to go short again. But as I said, I'm looking for some confirmation here first, perhaps a 4-hour candle close below this liquid zone again. And I'm happy to go short for sure. Okay, so that's it for Bitcoin. Let's jump over to Ethereum here real quick. And we'll go over to the daily chart first of all. So interesting enough, Ethereum is bouncing still off the 21 exponential. So this is still bullish. We're still above that purple line, the 21 exponential. So overall, Ethereum's actually still fairly bullish, but this is a bearish reversal pattern, potential bearish reversal pattern. We have an ascending wedge with a descending volume. So our volume is going down while price action is moving up. This is usually not a good sign. This usually shows that the participation in the market is running out. There's no more buyers really looking to defend prices because we can see it in the volume. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frames, I was hesitant to take a long position around this area right here, mainly because of the fact that we kind of do have a little bit of a, you could call it a falling wedge, I suppose. It's more of a falling wedge than a bull flag. But I would like to for Ethereum to close above this first. I saw the same thing on Bitcoin. If we are shorter term bullish again, then I would like to see Bitcoin, okay, well, close and break above this trend line. It actually did. So perhaps it will come to fruition that I said that we will see $33,000 again. But I'd be looking at that as an opportunity to short, me personally. I wouldn't be looking at that as an opportunity to get extremely bullish again. But for Ethereum, definitely I'd be looking for me to take a long position as soon as Ethereum breaks out to the upside. And to the same token, if Ethereum breaks to the downside here, I will not short it. I will actually look to buy around 1147 for Ethereum here. That would be my optimal position here to manage my risk from. I take a stop loss around the $1,050 level and a nice target back up to these ranges up here. But I'm keeping a close eye on it. Overall, still bullish compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's overall bearish. This is overall bullish. So a pullback on Bitcoin to the upside, I want to short. A pullback to the downside on Ethereum, I want to long. It's the exact opposite for both these cryptos, which is interesting to see because for as long as I can remember, most cryptos used to move in parallel, in unison with Bitcoin, and that's starting to break. So we can see that different user cases and use cases, like Ethereum has a different technology and a different blockchain behind it, how that is actually affecting the price, rather than Bitcoin just being more of a, just a user-based blockchain. And it's an open ledger, but it's really the mother of all coins. It started here, but other coins can still create use cases and demand for their products and their services that their blockchains can provide. So Ethereum 2.0 coming out, being implemented, as well as the DeFi products running on the Ethereum blockchain, I think is obviously showing in the charts that it's priced in, and you can see that the people are very bullish on Ethereum. In fact, like I said, I think if Bitcoin is going to have a boring 2-3 months of sideways down action, I think some cryptos like Ethereum is actually going to flourish and expand to the upside before we see any major crashes. But this pattern is still showing, so we trade the facts in the charts. It's not about what I think, it's about what the chart shows us, right? So simple, again, I'm going to be looking to buy around this level. If we break this level, I'm going to be looking to short. That's the only time I'll short Ethereum. Okay. And let's talk about Chainlink. Chainlink is on the run. It did break through that, but what I'm looking for is a close above this liquid zone. As soon as we close above this liquid zone, I'll give the signal to go long on Chainlink. A nice target back up to sweep the highs, I would say. Still overall constructive and extremely bullish. We've got some hidden bullish divergences on the stochastics as well as the RSI. So we've got a higher low, but lower lows on the momentum oscillator. So any 4-hour candle close above this liquid zone is very good sign for me. We also had this resistance here. We've now broken that resistance. So perhaps a measured move from the opening of that to the close would be looking something more or less like this. So we could look at a measured move pointing back towards the highs again, like I said. So keep an eye out for this trade. This is looking really good for me. To me, this is looking like a long position, but I want to see some volume coming through in the next hour. I don't see a lot of volume on this particular candle here. If we break a liquid zone without volume, see like that, there we can see a spike in volume. Here we broke a liquid zone, we can see a spike in volume. I want to see a spike in volume much more than we're seeing right now, before I'm going to be confident in taking this trade. Otherwise, I would love to buy Chainlink around $20. This is where I've got my alert in. I think perhaps we could see a pullback down and come and retest this previous resistance as support around here. And that's where I'm looking to really scoop up some Chainlink again for a nice longer term position. Okay, so that's it for the coins that I'm looking at, guys. Thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Good morning, traders. Hope you are well. So let's run through the market breakdown. Starting with Binance Coin, price action is very muted. Not much happening. As you can see here, since when is this 30th of December, we've just been stuck in this range. Price is not breaking out to the top or the bottom. Like I said yesterday, what I want to see is a breakdown of this range, and then we can move lower and look for potential shorts there. Or what we want to see is potentially price pushing up to the upper boundary closer to 49.50 region for a short. So that is the price action that we are looking at. Shorter term, nothing happening here, guys. We don't want to get stuck in trades that aren't moving. So Binance Coin, very muted. Monero, like discussed yesterday, guys, let's quickly look at what we discussed here. I told you we've got 2 zones to monitor. Now we've got a 3rd zone to monitor. Again, guys, I'm not short-sighted on crypto here that I want to try and short for this small little move to the downside. I'm waiting for this buy. So yesterday is clearly noted, just to give you guys a little bit of idea of support and resistance. So when we talk about resistance, that is where price is failing to push higher. It is an area of resistance where price does not want to break through. Once it breaks through, that previous resistance zone now becomes support. So price is supported in that region, and as you can see, price always moves within this market structure. Here was an area where price broke down, retested, came down again, and then found support in that region. Look at these long wicks on these candles. This is some indecision happening there. There was the breakout. Here was an area of failed support. So guys would have wanted to buy it off this level. Price failed to find support, broke through to the next region, found support, and then found resistance there again. So what am I looking at, guys? I am waiting for price to come into our zone here. This is our ideal zone to get into Monero, into longer term buys. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is where we want to buy off for the long term move, for Monero to go and take out the highs. Neo, similar, guys. Remember what I told you yesterday about price structure when I said the head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is called the neckline of the head and shoulders. So rule of thumb is once the neckline has been broken, you get short on the retest. So we should have been shorting here, but again, remember what I told you guys. I don't want to run the risk of trying to short this and the bull move starts. So I'm looking to rather buy on the backside of this flag. I want price to come down all the way into this 18 region, even a little bit lower into the 1670 area, depending on how quickly price moves. If price fails to find support in this region here, just pull that in for you guys here, or on the backside of this flag, this is where my longer term orders are sitting at 1387. That is where we're going to take this trade and hold it for an extended period of time, maybe 6-12 months, all dependent. Again, still want to see this catching up to the major cryptocurrencies. This has hardly even started moving off these lows, so at least want to see it challenging these highs here. That swing high from, when was this? 29th of April 2018. We at least want to see 93 being tested on Neo. So that's it for the market update, guys. Trade safe, be patient with your trades, and let's see what the rest of the week holds.